Hello all, today our topic is class and object. First of all, what is class? A class is like a blueprint or template that defines how something should be. Okay, for creating an object, we can use a blueprint. That blueprint tells the properties and behavior of an object. Okay, this is a syntax of class. Using the class keyword, we can create the class. Here the class name. In the class name, the first letter is a capital. That makes some sense. Okay, inside this we have the data members and member functions. This class is nothing but behavior, and I will tell the properties and behavior, right? You can take the car as a class. This car have the properties like a color and brand, like that. This behavior is nothing but accelerator, brake. These are the methods. Okay, behavior is nothing but methods only. Next, now what is an object? An object is a real world instance of a class. Okay, it is created from a class only. Based on some one class, we can derive the creating the different types of objects. It occupies memory and use all variables and methods defined in its class. Okay, based on that methods and properties only, we can create the objects, right? So these objects use that properties and methods all. Okay, and for create by creating a class that does not occupy any memory and physically not exist, by using this object only, it occupies memory and use all variables and methods defined in its class. It physically exists. Okay, with one class you can create many objects, each having different data but sharing the same behavior. Based on some blueprint, and based on one blueprint only, we can create many objects, right? So that can share the same behavior but different data. Okay, the best example is a class is like a recipe. It does not make a cake by itself. Okay, but it tells you how make one. Okay, you can take one cake. Okay, this is a cake. This is a class. These are the recipe. Okay, now you can take the a class is a recipe, and it does not make a cake by itself, but it tells you how makes the cake. Okay, but an object is a actual cake creating using this recipe. Okay, these properties and methods, using this recipe only, the actual cake is made. Okay, with different flavor or different size based on the customer required. Okay, we can create the cakes, right? Like that. This is the syntax or something. uh, okay, here the class name, and we can create the object name here, and here the new and the class name. By using this only, the memory is allocated. I will give one example. Okay, here I write the cake example only. First, how to create the class name is the cake only. Okay, here the properties are string flavor, which type of flavor the cake is. Okay, in size, the size of the cake. Here the wide, big. Here we baking a flavor, like some you can mention later. Okay, here the size. Now cake of the size. Okay, you can treat this like as a blueprint or design or plan for creating a cake. okay, or a recipe. This tells the flavor and size of the cake. Here the baking a flavor, we can mention the flavor here, okay. Cake of size, okay. Here the size of, sorry, here the, okay, here we size mention here. This is the structure of the class. These are the properties and this is the method of the class. Based on this we can create a multiple objects, and this is the recipe type, okay. Now you can create many type of cakes with different flavors and different size. Okay, now you can create the objects here. Here the some method of like recipe, okay. Here the main method, public static void main. This is the entry of the program, right? Here the class name is cake and object name is cake1, okay. Here the memory is allocated for cake1. Now you can mention the flavor. I want the chocolate flavor, okay. For the cake1 the flavor is chocolate and the size is 10 centimeter, okay. Cake1 bake, we can call the function here, okay. For this the output is baking a chocolate cake of size 10